Something brand new from Screencast-O-Matic, which is my video editor of choice. They call this new feature Stories, and it makes creating stories, presentations, videos of all types extremely easy. Let me show you how I use this new feature in my production or my creation of a vast weekly security news roundup. The initial step is to use PowerPoint to actually put this security news roundup together. Once I've gathered all the information that I need, I then use a form that I've made up in PowerPoint, and I start to assemble my presentation one slide after the other until they're all done. Once this is done, in order to get this as an acceptable format into Screencast-O-Matic, I have to save this as a PDF file. The easiest way to do that is to hit the F12 key, which brings up Save As. And I simply hit the down arrow on Save As Type, and then I select PDF. That now saves this file as a PDF file. Make sure you save it someplace where you can retrieve it. Hit the Save button, and that's step number 1. Next, it's time to open up Screencast-O-Matic and import that PDF file that I just created, which started out as a PowerPoint presentation, into Screencast-O-Matic. We'll do that next, and then I'll show you what it looks like after it's been imported into Screencast-O-Matic. Now that the Screencast-O-Matic user interface is open, let's put that story option into effect. Select Story. Next, select Storyboard. Next, start from a document, since we're going to be using the PDF that we created from that PowerPoint that I made. So we'll select that and choose from My Files. You could also, if you had something on Google Drive, select a document from Google Drive. In this case, it's My Files, and this is the file that I want, Weekly Security News Roundup. Open it. It's now importing it. And here are all the slides that are part of that presentation that I want to turn into my weekly security news roundup. What we've imported are just the slides with the information, which is what I created in PowerPoint and then saved as a PDF. Let's take the first slide, and what I want to do here is I want to select Add Audio, and I want to record the narration. Once this opens, there's one other thing I want to do. I want to use my webcam to actually put my picture on here. So webcam, I would use the center cam as the webcam. Select it, and this can be moved to wherever you want and then adjust it afterwards. So just put it in the general location where you want it. Now we're ready to start doing the narration. Hit record and then start doing the narration. Here's the Avast Security News Roundup for the week ending September 16th, 2022. Stop the recording since I'm finished with the narration for this. Select Done. You go back here, you see that this is selected. And you can see that we've added audio to it. There is none for the rest of those slides. It's now time to do some editing. Select Edit. I want to make this bigger, so hit the plus button. And down here, bring this over one. That gives you more area and it spreads this out further. So if you've made a mistake in your recordings, it's very easy to pick out that little part, get rid of it, or add things to it. I want to do, however, is adjust my picture on here. Select the style. Let's do that first. Do we oval? Let's see what that looks like. We don't need all this stuff on the side, so let's get rid of that. Resizing. That looks fine. Let's see what this looks like. That's good. We're now in slide number 2. We're done with slide 1, so let's call this done. Pick up slide number 2. What we want to do on here is record narration, webcam, center cam. Place it any old place, it doesn't matter. We'll fix it when we get to the editing portion. Now we're ready for recording. Google loses the first round. In Google's first fight to overturn a record-breaking 4.3 billion euro antitrust fine submitted by the European Commission, judges sided largely in favor of the European Commission. However, the judges decided to drop the fine from 4.3 billion to 4.1 billion. Let's go to editing. Put myself someplace where I want to be. This can be bigger. Now let's listen to what was recorded. Apparently, the second recorder picks up my voice, but it doesn't pick up the sound from the computer itself, so you're not hearing the playback. Let's do a little editing. We don't need this in there again. Let's make this bigger and that larger. Now we can see more of what's going on here. Cut this part out. And as you can see, that's how it's done. You have to do that for every single slide that's in this presentation. Yes, it takes time, but when you get finished, it's well worth the effort that you put into it. That's just a quick look at the new feature in Screencast-O-Matic called Stories. Let me know what you think. Stay safe, stay secure. I hope that helps.